Howdy, folks. Oh, I told you I'd be back for another pour tonight. So we got a whole bunch of clear and some black pigment. Is that what I'm working with? Black pigment, and that has sparkles mixed into it. It's honestly very pretty. It looks like the deepest depths of midnight. Should make a great backing layer for this dragon piece. So I'm going to go ahead and knock that out because I will have plenty of leftover once I'm done putting on the backing. And then we will get creative with the leftovers. So, okay, so this is a doming layer basically. Uh, just filling up the last little bit of the mold and giving it that nice solid color background to really emphasize everything in the forefront of the piece. Okay, let's stop there and grab a popsicle stick to fill in the blanks. So supposedly this pigment that I'm using is actually just highly concentrated black dye, which I have finally learned I really only need like a drop of to get the desired effect. But with this one, I can actually kind of see through it. So maybe it really is dye. I've been treating it like pigment the entire time because it's so highly concentrated. I mean, that's one drop in 250 milliliters. Look how dense that black is. But you can see up here around the edges where you can actually see through it. So maybe it really is dye. Huh. Neat. Go ahead and spray my stir sticks so they start getting rid of the resin. Okay, it looks like we have full coverage on this piece, so that's not what I need. That's what I need. Run a little fire over it. Help get rid of the bubbles. Don't knock over my work. I've got a fan going, so this is extra fun. Burning shit down. I think I got pretty much everything. Okie dokie. And I look, I got a little bit on my lighter. Oops. Okay. We very carefully move this over to the heat after we turn our chair so we don't do something stupid. Okay, that's done. Now for this guy. Make sure I don't have some just leftover resin that's going to get on the bottom of this. Okay, so far so good with this piece. I just need another thin layer to really clean up those bubbles, which means I need a skewer. First we pop the bubbles so the resin can get down in there, and then we can dig them out. Once they're covered. Okay, so good news, this actually did turn out to be waterproof, so it didn't leak. Oop, that's heating up on me. All right. So shift this around. Find our little air pockets. Need a sharper blade or stick. If I was working with a mold for this, I could just shift the edge of the mold to drop some resin down in there, but since I'm working with wood, just gotta really try and dig those holes out manually. Okay, looks good. Way around the edges. All right, that'll do. Okay, and last but not least, for planned pieces, we have this guy. So the intention is that will go here, goddess body down below, and then the orb right in the middle. Problem is, I was a little too aggressive with the flowers, so now my level is much higher than I had originally intended for this piece. So I am going to have to significantly raise the level of the base plate in order to not have that big air gap underneath. So that is what we're doing with the rest of our clear. We're at it. We will coat these flowers. There is a skeeter hawk right in front of me that just got caught in a spider web. That is an impressive fight to see. Okay, hopefully that will have brought me up high enough that on my next pour I can add the finishing touches. Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. That one can go on the heat. And now I just have to find a fun use for that black. And I'm thinking something small. That could work. I would have to paint it real quick. I don't see that smoking on me yet, so all right. I think I have time. Okay. I'm going to go with interference powder because black. All right. So violet, gold, and where's my blue? Oh, right in front of me. Violet, gold, and blue. And orange. Okay. Okay. I have to do this a little bit faster than I normally would in order to avoid a cure. So, orange for the skull itself. Okay. Alright, so for those of you who are not familiar with interference powder, it goes on looking almost white, but then when you put some dark colored pigment behind it, the white pretty much disappears and you're left with the color. So it's kind of like a chromatic, but not quite. Alright, now the gold. What you're seeing right now is the only evidence I need as to why I am a resin crafter and not a painter. Okay, let's do another thing of gold over here. Alright, now for some blue. Okay, still good. Okay, a little bit of blending with the other colors. Okay, all right. That should do. Tap off the excess and pour. How do I want to do this? Start in the highs, work towards the lows. Here I was thinking I was probably going to not have enough to fill this up, but I actually might. Level out. Thank you. I actually filled that up. Okie dokie. Plop. Little transfer board. Okay, one wild bob successfully created. And now I've got just a little bit left, so where's my mini bob? Oh, mini bob, there you are. I mean, thank goodness I organized my resin molds, otherwise that would have taken me 20 minutes. All right, I need a little bit of filler, and I have plenty of this glass, so let's use that. Just a little bit of aquarium gravel for density. Okay, that should be full enough. Hoping that'll at least be partially visible once it gets all the way down to the bottom. But if not, well, you know, I've still got a cool galaxy skull. Blib, blib, blib. Oh, look, the level's rising again. Or falling again. Traitor. Okay. That should work. Alright, I think with that, my mission is complete. I ripped my glove. Now I gotta change gloves before I clean my pieces. So, I will see y'all later. Thank you for joining me.